Is it working? Yeah, it's working. I think. Right? Checking my phone. No, it's not. Let me check the channel directly. Yeah, it's working. Okay. I don't know why I copied the link. I genuinely can't share this stream to a server anymore because I don't have a server to share it with. I left the only server that I could share a stream with. It's cold. Oh, there goes my knee. I don't know why I'm trying to live stream to YouTube. No one I know is gonna watch me on YouTube. Everyone that watches me live watches Twitch. But yeah, this is just a chill stream to just sit, listen to music, and talk. I'm gonna see if someone can drop the stream link into Statics. For me, because I'm not joining back onto Statics. I've already been gone a few weeks, a week. I don't know. I've been gone a while, and I told them I wasn't ever coming back. And since this is my stream, I can talk about why and what exactly happened. And I know for a fact some people weren't there, including most of the admins, so they don't know what happened. The clicking noise is this fidget toy. But yeah. It's been a few weeks because I left the Tuesday or Wednesday before school started, and we're almost on the third week of school. So yeah, it's been a few weeks. Someone in my house is up and moving. That's great. So an update went out to the rules of the Statics Discord server, which Statics never in charge of anything. The very few times I've seen him in charge is when he's told people not to do something, which most of the time he'll go and do himself, but that's fine, I guess. But an update went out because everyone role plays in that server, like hugs and pokes and stuff, and there's a bot with commands like hug command, boop command, cuddle command. It has a bunch of commands to do those things, so you don't just type and ping the person. It'll give you an actual image when you ping the person with the command. An update went out saying in general chat, no more roleplay other than hug and cuddle. I think it was. No, it was just hug. And it states no bot commands. They already have an entire second general chat specifically for no role play and no bot commands. And I asked one of the admins, why is this happening? And they're like, oh, it's because some people were being scared off by all the role play. And I'm like, you have another chat specifically for no role play? And they're like, yeah, but people wanted to be in general one. I'm like, yeah, then deal with it. Hold on, my screen is very dim, or I am very dim. Let me move. I have junk everywhere. There we go. But yeah, then it also, what the heck is that? Okay, so also I went to do a poke command because it says all commands not related to general role play. So like hug, poke, and a few other things are considered general role play. So hug, boop, and poke, I thought were fine. No, I went, used the command, and it immediately got deleted by an admin who then told me, you're not allowed to do that anymore. And I went into the rules, took a screenshot, and it said general role play commands allowed. Hug, poke, etc. I sent it to them directly and said, you said it says here I'm allowed. Change it. And then a few other people were getting pissed off because they're not allowed to do this anymore for the exact same reasons I was getting annoyed. And yeah, so I also, one of my good friends who you can go subscribe to on YouTube, don't know if they're still active anymore. They're doing music stuff. They make their own music, which I want to get into, but have no one to teach me anything, and I'm not good at music at all. I'm good at following music, not creating. So yeah, one of my good friends, Cherry, she was told by Static, because she got banned already from another account, told by Static on her new account that if anyone messes with her, or if an admin says she's going to be banned again for doing nothing, essentially, talk to him. She got banned again. They have a chat called Help Me. She was asking for genuine help because she was feeling suicidal, and she got moved out of all chats into a special chat called Timeout or Hugs and Love. One of those two. And they started telling her she was manipulative and things like that when she ain't. Only time she'll be manipulative is when someone has hurt someone she cares about and she wants them to suffer, which is only happened once, I think. No, wait, no, that's me. I'll do that. I don't think she's ever been manipulative towards anyone. Yeah, no, she hasn't. So like everyone was like, you're manipulative and things like that, and Static never interjected, said a thing. She even messaged Static never messaged back. Nothing ever happened. Now she's not even online on Discord anymore. There's no contact with her. I haven't seen her on YouTube either. And it's kind of worrying, but yeah, I messaged Static and I'll pull up the messages so I can go word by word what I said. So no one's like, you're making it up. Because I was harsh to Static because it pissed me off Where even is Static? There he is. So I accidentally messaged him on his birthday without knowing, saying we need to talk about the server now. It has what I'm going to talk about is built up over a year. And I was like, I've just been informed it's your birthday. Sorry, have a good day. We can talk about it tomorrow. The next day I message him around 3. We need to talk sometime today if you can. I then say his real name around 7 because I needed to talk to him. 10 minutes after I messaged him the second time that day, all August 16th, I say, fine, I'll just leave a message that I'd rather not talk anymore. The main reason I'm messing is Cherry, also known as Sue. I was told that you said you would help them stay in server. Now they're banned and very annoyed. All they did was message and help me, and people said it was manipulative. If you want to talk to them, their current name is Echo. I do have more to talk about, but not today. It is, as of today, it is the 1st of September. Never got a response, which shows that static server is not to be trusted to me. Because if I can't trust because their admins, the people I was great friends with, no longer talk to me either. The one person that I trusted on that server that was an admin was Cena, who shows up in stream on Twitch sometimes. She's got 2 jobs now, so I don't care if she doesn't respond, but she doesn't respond too often. The few members of that server I talk to don't talk to me either. There's one person from that server that joins my Twitch horror streams that I do more recently, and he does not talk about static server. I've even asked him, hey, how's static server doing? No response. But that's not what this stream's about. It pisses me off, but it actually doesn't piss me off. It makes me very depressed, but can't do anything. So what I want to talk about now is Dungeons and Dragons. So I've been pushing my group through, and I need to write out the story so I can give it to someone else if they want to run it. But yeah, I've made an entirely new world and everything all myself. I've been making monsters, items, weapons, races, even spells, and we've worked on, me and someone else have been working on some classes. Excuse me, but not much. I shoved my group through there we go. I need music, sorry, I can't sit here alone. So I pushed my people through, and it started off as it's a group of 3. If you can't see over here, group of 3. They start off as military people. First I should probably read out the world. Can you shut up about Grammarly? I want my music. So, the world is, as I'm gonna say it, my friend edited it so it sounds more fancy, but it's the base. This world has existed for over 200 million years, and dragons have existed once upon a time. The civilizations were once populated by humans, orcs, elves, and other species of folk. The world went through the Stone Age, Bronze Age, and even the Modern Age, but slowly, as it reached the Modern Age, the magic faded away. A civil war broke out between the human factions and it killed most of the planet. When the dust settled, 200 sole human survivors remained and were forced into hiding by superior races. Slowly, the elves, and orcs, and dwarves came out of hiding, taking back the world they lost when the humans took dominion, rebuilding civilizations and bringing magic back to the world, ever so slowly. There have been rumors of dragons that are still alive and monstrous creatures in the ocean, such as the mighty leviathans. I have to make a leviathan by tonight, because tomorrow we're doing a second session of this week, because tomorrow is a holiday, and I'm going to live stream it. Because I'm gonna live stream the session because it's supposed to be nearing the end of the thing. I should keep track of my stream. Yeah, no one's watching. I'm just sitting here talking to myself. But yeah. Most cities are now kingdoms. Almost all have an elven king or queen. Some have orc tyrants and rulers. And the main portion of our world currently is grassy and forested. To the west of the world is a few islands abandoned by most civilizations and taken by monsters. Ruins of old temples and cities from the modern age lie there. In the center of the map is a large island, and it holds a few towns and a capital, which is so large it takes 3 hours to get across the capital. The main island itself takes 2 months to 4 months to get across by foot. The east of the world is in ruins and chaos. Monstrous leviathans and dragon-like creatures roam the lands. To the north are the Icelands, a place so cold that few live there. The humans that do live there can't really be considered human anymore, as they've adapted to have fur and look more akin to humanoid polar bears. The main races of our world is actually civilized monsters, not orcs and things like that. Goblins, kobold, and a few other things, including my custom monsters, live. Hold on. There we go. I like my music. So, one of the Western Isles has a forest that is known as the Disappearing Forest. Very few know it exists, and those who have entered have never returned. I'll explain that in a moment. The Eastern Isles are mainly mountains and are a mysterious place. Many monsters live there, and no one knows where they came from or why they are there. In said mountains are very few ruins of temples, ritualistic temples. 35421, which is part of the storyline. So, the world is a magical modern age, I guess is what you can call it, where quite a few of the modern age has been taken into our current magical age, where radios, airships, motorized boats, and things like that exist. But since humans are gone, elves and other things don't know how they run, so they're using magic to run it. And I gave, in the second session, I told everyone they have a radio, but that was actually the third session. That was yesterday's session. But yeah, tomorrow's our fourth. So I do one every week. So our first session went like this. You three, my 3 players, are on an airship. They're military people. They've known each other for years. They've worked together. I have a dragon folk who's from the Eastern Island, doesn't remember much from it. And I have a changeling, a bard, and a I forgot, elven bard, I think. Half elf bard. No, tiefling bard, of course. And And the Dragon Folk is a custom race, even though yes, there are Dragonborns. They chose to do a custom one. Um, so as they were flying over the Western Isles, something shot them down. I never explained what because I ended up skipping over that portion. And as they were crashing down, a Leviathan jumped out of the ocean near them, ripped off the front portion of the ship, and pulled them and ripped it off, and they crash. Right before they crash, Sin, the dragon folk, who can't actually fly, he can glide, picked up the other two and glided down. I heard a car door. Okay. But yeah, so they continued on to find an abandoned city with a single kobold living there. In that city, the kobold almost killed them with arrows that are actually taken from inspiration from the arrows from Breath of the Wild, the ancient arrows. Except these are pure magic, not science. They vaporize almost anything organic, mainly trees, grass, and animals, including dragon, if it can pierce through the scales, and anything with skin. So, like, a tiefling could be vaporized instantly. They didn't get hit, luckily. I didn't say, oh, make a saving throw. You won't get hit. No, that's stupid to do to someone on your first session. They were kicked out of there after the morning by the kobold, and they headed off into the second session, where they landed into a mansion. No, wait, yeah, no, that's still the first session, isn't it? Yeah, so apparently tomorrow's our third session. But yeah, they find a mansion. Actually, they find a town and a mansion. Someone greets them at the entrance of the town and is super happy and excited and giddy, overly excited, and drags them in. He takes them to the mansion and traps them. A bone nugget comes in, they kill it, and go through the vents that are in the mansion and drop into a room. Well, they hear talk of them being sacrifices, and the people that were talking leave. They drop down, go through the door, and here's the puzzle that I love that dropped our current session. Yes, session. So the room is on the left. There's 4 plants with pillars between each. They look wilting and dying. On your right, there are 4 windows. Why don't you escape through the windows? They tried that. The first room they entered had the window, but barred off with some kind of carbon fiber. Sin, the strongest of the group, tried to pull it off and broke off a few of his scales. And so, yeah, all 4 windows are barred off. The floor is a nice black and white checkered pattern. The ceiling is a mirror and a grate that they didn't notice or care about. The mirror shows a different image. The right are the mirrors, the windows. Each window has a shadowy figure on the outside, looking away from the building. The floor is no longer black and white checkered, it's black path white floor. The left, the plants are not wilting. They're green and living, perfectly healthy. Sin walks along the path, and as he walks, every time he passes a window, a figure turns. He gets to the third window and starts walking backwards. Each window he passes now, a figure disappears. He stops at the second one and tries to get the others to charge to the fourth door, the door on the other side. As they're talking and trying to decide, the figure in the first window passes through in the mirror, passes through the window, and appears no longer in the mirror in the real world. It is a small child. Still a shadowy figure, but a child. The child's important. I've told them that. The door disappears. The fourth figure no longer shadowy. It is a person I've created and used multiple times called Vivian. In this world, he is a god, mainly because he is currently living in 2 dimensions at once. How is that possible? I forgot to explain it. Mainly because I don't have an explanation yet. My teeth are shiny. But yeah, he appears in the real world, phasing through the window into both the mirror world and the real world. Phases through the window, both doors disappear. He talks to them, and it talks about gas, and they all pass out after a good while of trying to figure out what to do. When they wake up, they're in a dungeon, like a sacrificial room, covered in blood, guts, bones, and elven corpses. Yeah. So they eventually escape that and get out. They make as soon as they get out, all 3 of their radios go off at the same time. Sin picks his up first, saying, "Hello." And the radio goes, "Emergency, emergency. All soldiers get to the center aisle immediately." Next one to pick theirs up is Warwick, our tiefling bard. "Emergency, emergency. Get to the eastern aisles immediately. Emergency." And it cuts and starts screeching, saying, let me get to the dock. 1, 2, 4, 5, 3. And it repeats it twice, cuts back to the original message, emergency. The third one is going off, and Trixie, our changeling bard, picks it up. It is screaming, screeching, static, and a number repeating. 3, 5, 4, 2, 1. Emergency. 3, 5, 4, 2, 1. As soon as they completely leave the mansion, they get to they look around the town. Everyone's dead. There's blood everywhere. There's bodies, and there's a corpse in the center of the town with a ritualistic knife. The same one they have seen multiple times inside of the mansion. And behind the body is the small child. Only Sin can see it. I forgot to mention Sin hugged the child and stuff. But yeah. They choose to take the child and go off to the center island. As they make it to the military base outpost set up at the edge of the island. The child speaks to them through the radio, and says, not safe. And then they're like, what do you mean? And it's like, around. Sin walks in, hearing whispers, voices, and screaming. There's an upstairs and a downstairs, and the floor they are on. It's like a bunker. There's no one inside. The entire base seems as if it's never been touched or used. As Sin walks out of the bunker, like barracks bunker kind of thing, the entire world flickers and goes back to how it was. Like nothing changes. They go around, and as soon as they go around the building, they see the Capitol and hear a loud but distant explosion. And the main tower of the Capitol falls. As they walk to the Capitol, they reach the Capitol, and everyone in the Capitol still alive is screaming, the end is near. Calamity is coming. The end is near. We must escape. They interrogate someone and find out the humans that were here over 400 years ago were working with dark magic to create a portal out of our world. The mirror was one of those portals. They tried to get through it already, but they couldn't. It just broke their weaponry. Yeah. That's where we left off today. That's where I've got to finish. I'm gonna do some singing, and at about 40 minutes of this stream, or after 2 or 3 songs, I'm gonna end it because no one's here. Steady beat goes 1, 2, 3, 4. A steady heart goes, I love you more. I know sometimes it's confusing. Pick out a moment when you couldn't make up your mind, and you think your entire life is timed. You said it's choice, but he was choosing. You told me we were the perfect song, so I continued to sing along. But now that I know what this is all about, I'll stop talking and shout. That's all I can sing of that song. What the heck is this? Whoops. Alright, well, I'm not gonna do any more streaming. I talked about what I wanted to talk about. Hopefully, whoever watches this in the future likes it. I'm gonna go stream on Twitch. The Twitch link is, well, my Twitch is DAE_break, BREAK. Exactly like my YouTube channel, but instead of DAY, it's DAE because DAY was taken, and my Discord username is Daedrius, and a lot of people call me Day. Thank you all for watching. See you guys in the next one. How do I end this? There you go.